Today I want to talk about the Crossfire CF3 rucksack. This is packed with different features, any type of application, whether it's military, backpacking, law enforcement. There's all kinds of different uses for this pack. They really thought out all the stuff that a typical soldier goes through or a reconnaissance unit asset goes through, where there's a lot of packing, unpacking. Equipment goes into this pouch, that pouch. You need to swap things out quickly. The adjustments on the frame system and the harness system, the actual pack layout itself, the way that they have the buckles, toggles, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go over some of the features that we have here. I'm going to start with the broad strokes, and then we're going to get into each individual part. Just kind of some of the things that I noticed and things that kind of sold me on using this pack and this pack alone. So just the main pouch here holds 50 liters with the pouches and the lid all attached. It boasts up to 70 liters. I've filled quite a bit of stuff into this. So the system comes with these two long sustainment pouches here. These side sustainment pouches, or smaller ones. And then you have your main pack and then the detachable lid. Also come with a repair kit, but I'm going to go over just kind of the stuff that I really enjoy, some of the broad strokes of what makes this system so good. So you have the LTAS system, which stands for the Ladder Toggle Attachment System. It's basically this nylon webbing that runs vertically up the sides here. And then on the internal pouch, they have them horizontally for the internal sections here. And they have it also in this portion too. You also have the waterproof hydration system here, which can hold up to, it looks like 2 bladders. And I have a 3 liter in here right now that you can see fits pretty well. Pretty much the exact size of this. And then you can route any types of cables or your hydration tube through this little zipper attachment up top here as well. These two side internal pouches, these actually can fit ASIP radios along with the hydration, so you can fit an ASIP radio, and then having that top part here where you can actually feed that stuff through is really nice. Basically, you flip these up, unzip this. They got zippers on both sides, and then you just route your stuff through there. The curvature of it also fits a plate carrier extremely well. So if you set plates in here, so these are medium level 4 plates, it sits in there almost perfectly, where you don't have to worry about the hip pad interfering with the plate carrier, or say I had stuff on the back of my plate carrier and I didn't want that hip pad, I could take it off. Another thing to note here is the bottom handle and top handle, so you can carry it like this if you needed to. So lid. The lid is fully detachable. You can actually get a day pack that functions as a lid as well. The concave design of this allows for putting like a ghillie suit or something like that in there, and when you actually clamp it down and buckle it down on, it hides it and holds it really, really, really well. It's super easy to take on and off, and also has adjustments. So if you want to collapse the lid, you just take these toggles here, take it off, feed it through this top part. Another great feature of the lid is this internal pouch that has a microfiber optics pouch. So you can put your binoculars, night vision, thermals, as long as you got the smaller ones. You can fit that all in here and not have to worry about stuff scratching the lenses and whatnot. I think that's a really good feature. So the internal part of the rucksack has this nice weather-resistant, water-resistant lining. So it has drainage holes if you were to fully submerge it. But also, if you just set it down on wet grass, tall grass, that's morning dew, any of that stuff, you don't have to worry about it seeping into your bag and getting all your stuff wet. So I like that it fully opens up. It's got top and bottom zippers, so you can zip from the top, you can zip from the bottom. So the top of the ruck has that kind of pull cord system where you can sort of cinch it all down, pull it up really easily. But also, if you wanted to fully open the pack, all you have to do is pull that toggle through, zip it open, and you're good to go. All right, let's go over the individual parts of the ruck itself. So you have your standard attachment system with these loops to kind of help keep the straps from flipping out too far, trying to find them. For these ones, you can either cinch on the exterior part of the ruck, so if you want to cinch these pouches down as well, or because of the system that they have here, you can very easily feed it through and just do through the actual back part of this. You're not actually cinching any equipment down or gear down that's in these parts of the pouches, which is what I typically prefer. So the empty pack with all the pouches on it weigh about 9.8 pounds, which is pretty light considering. I think a lot of it has to do with, you get into different packs like Everly Stock or some of these other systems, and you run into a lot of that molly weight, the zipper weight, the buckle weight. All that stuff kind of adds up. With them being able to reduce the amount of attachment points with this little system that they have here, it really reduces the weight drastically, and not having that insane, crazy hip pad that you can, remove on this one, but you can't remove on some of the other ones, which adds a ton of weight as well. One thing to note with, so when you have this pack all buckled down and you want to just get to, say, the radio, and you don't want to undo your entire pack, you can simply pull this part up here, grab that zipper, unzip it, and then you can dig in and you can change your radio settings, whatever you want to do, or even if you just needed to grab something from the top here, you can also unclip, pull this off entirely so you can access from this side opposed to, the opposite side. So there's a lot of different modular ways to use this pack. So the external part on the sides here, you can fit a Nalgene bottle, you can fit kind of whatever you need to, and then you can cinch it down with this shock cord here if you wanted to tighten it in and make sure that you get a little more retention. Let's go over the frame. So the frame itself comes in 3 pieces. You have the hip pad and buckle system in the front here. You have the actual frame itself, and then you have your shoulder harness. This shoulder harness is very plush. It's also very contouring. So if you see, it contours around the neck and then shoots out, so it gets out of the way of any type of gear or anything on your front panels. They have a quick bug out system here, so if you need to basically unclip these pretty quick, but just pull up on here, and then this top part pops right off. Nice, simple, very easy. So they have the hip pad system here, very easy to take off. You basically pop this Velcro panel off here. There's a little toggle right here. I just pulled that out already. You just turn it, pull it off. So you can take it off entirely if, say, you have a like an old school style jungle belt or something that basically sits up on your hips a little bit more. You don't want this on at all. You can take it off very easily. The detachable part is very nice. A lot of the packs I've used in the past do not have that. It uses this little metal toggling system here, and it's structured on the interior side, so it holds it up pretty well. Set that Velcro in. Then you pop this toggle through here. Then you're all set up. One thing to note with these, the hip pad. So a lot of the hip pads, when you want to adjust it, you got to pull to the side, which is really, really, really difficult. Your body mechanics don't really operate like that. These ones, you pull forward. And then when you want to adjust them quickly, all you do is just hold the end here, pull it back. So here there's an internal Velcro, and it Velcros to your chest clip. So you can actually adjust the height of where that is based on your kit, use, comfortability, whatever you want, nice and easy. Quick pull tabs for the top adjustment, for the top shoulder part. And then this sits in that frame and actually holds pretty true to your body. So in the recon world, you need to always be aware of how much noise your gear makes. So there's something that you do called the bounce test. So, just my pack alone, I kind of shake it. All right, I don't hear anything. And then when you actually get it on, set it up. I set up the hip pad, make sure it's below my plate carrier. Clip in the front. Easy adjustment. Now you get your shoulder straps set up. So you're nothing coming out of the pack, right? So as you're walking around, you don't have to worry about making too much noise. A lot of times you get that squeaking and stuff in the frame. There's no issue with this pack at all. It sits nice and flush. Its curvature to the plate carrier is really, really nice. And regardless of whether you have a plate carrier or not on, it's very, very, very comfortable. Very quick, very easy to adjust, easy to take on and off.
There you have it. That is the CF3 from Crossfire Packs. Basically a backpack that was made by guys who do the job. Thank you for watching.